This is what happens when narcissists want people thinking you're the problem. Have you ever been blindsided by someone suddenly turning on you and making wild accusations? One minute they seem caring and close, the next they're hurling criticism and painting you as the villain. If this scenario sounds familiar, you may have been targeted by a narcissistic smear campaign. Smear campaigns are cunning psychological warfare used by narcissists and sociopaths to discredit others while portraying themselves as victims or heroes. In this video, we'll unpack how narcissists orchestrate smear campaigns and why they unleash this diversionary tactic. Understanding their manipulative playbook is key to inoculating yourself from the devastating effects of character assassination. I'll provide specific examples to illustrate smear campaign tactics along with tips to maintain your integrity when narcissists wage war. Stick with me to the end where we'll explore proactive ways to heal and cope when your reputation is under attack. Let's dive in and shed light on their game of deception. What triggers a narcissistic smear campaign? Narcissists have an intense need to control people and situations to protect their delusional false self. If you assert boundaries, challenge their lies, or withdraw supply, they feel enraged and powerless. Their ego is severely bruised. To regain control, they launch preemptive strikes by fabricating cruel stories that paint you as the abuser. These lies make them look like the victim and justify their hostile behavior. With no empathy or accountability, destroying your good name becomes their top priority. Smear campaigns are cunningly designed to get others to side against you. The narcissist will cherry-pick and exaggerate minor incidents or completely falsify claims. They mix in some truth to make the lies more convincing, then share their twisted version of events with friends, family, colleagues, anyone who will listen. Their goal is to have people admonish and shun you. This indirectly destroys your credibility and sense of belonging. With their manipulative appeals for sympathy, the narcissist successfully garners narcissistic supply and secures allies who enable their abuse. Why smear campaigns are so devastating. Being the target of false allegations and character assassination is intensely painful and disorienting. Not only is your reputation tarnished, you're left feeling self-doubt and disbelief. Here's why smear campaigns hit so hard. Makes you look crazy. The narcissist supporters only hear exaggerated or fabricated stories about you, making you appear irrational. Isolates you. Friends pull away, not knowing who to believe. The narcissist intentionally cuts you off from support systems. Damages self-esteem. Heinous lies about your character deeply affect your self-image and confidence. No accountability. The narcissist dodges responsibility for the relationship issues and pins it all on you. Loss of vindication. Even when proved wrong, the narcissist never admits it. The injustice is enraging. Re-traumatizes. Stirs up old wounds of being powerless, scapegoated, or silenced in childhood. The narcissist smear campaign is psychological warfare intended to incapacitate you. But gaining knowledge of their tactics is the first step in combating character assassination and preserving your sanity. Smear campaign tactics narcissists use. Narcissists carefully curate smear campaigns to undermine targets and activate flying monkeys, enablers who do their dirty work. Here are the most common tactics used. Exaggerations. Blowing minor incidents or benign behaviors out of proportion. Mischaracterizations. Using completely false and heinous accusations designed to shock. Circumstantial. Removing context from situations or omitting their role to vilify you. Omission. Leaving out any positive events, actions, or traits that contradict their stories. Tone policing. Accusing you of being angry, aggressive, or emotional when reacting normally to abuse. Projection. Using accusations that are true of their own behavior and motivations. Vague booking. Cryptic posts or statements intended to cause unease and paranoia. Stalking and harassment. Monitoring to obtain material for smears. Enlisting others to send hateful messages. The narcissist has no limits when set on destroying someone's credibility. The easiest targets tend to have high empathy, integrity, and emotional intelligence. Protect yourself by getting familiar with their common manipulation tactics. Examples of smear campaigns. Let's walk through some hypothetical examples to illustrate what a calculated smear campaign looks like when orchestrated by a narcissistic individual or group. A married couple is going through marital problems. The husband decides to file for divorce. Enraged, the wife initiates a smear campaign. She tells friends and family the husband cheated and was fired from his job for drug addiction, completely fabricated stories. The husband is blindsided when loved ones begin shunning him, not realizing the wife is spreading malicious lies. Someone has ended an abusive friendship with their narcissistic friend. The narcissistic friend recruits acquaintances to stalk the person's social media activity. The narcissist takes screenshots and strips them of context to convince others the person is unhinged. The person notices they are blocked by several people, unaware the narcissist has been messaging them with disturbing claims. A family has cut contact with their narcissistic parental figures who emotionally abused them throughout childhood. The parents respond by posting rants on social media portraying themselves as victims of terrible, ungrateful children who made up lies. The parents' influential status sways the community against the family, who are left ostracized and re-traumatized. When flying monkeys join the smear campaign. Narcissists don't work alone when launching smear campaigns. They enlist flying monkeys, people who aid and enable their abuse. Flying monkeys can be manipulated friends, family members, or even colleagues and neighbors. The narcissist uses deceit and projection to portray the target as the problem. Sympathetic flying monkeys then heap more accusations upon the victim based on the narcissist's lies. It provides narcissistic supply for the narcissist to see others attacking their target. Flying monkeys may behave aggressively and defensively, thinking they are protecting the poor, innocent narcissist. But in reality, they are manipulated pawns serving the narcissist's hidden agenda. Some signs a flying monkey has become complicit in the narcissistic smear campaign. They only listen to the narcissist side of events and adopt their false narrative. They relay exaggerated or baseless claims about the target to isolate them further. They confront the target in abrasive ways and condemn them based on the narcissist's lies. They feed the narcissist information about the target's vulnerabilities or private matters. They publicly bash the target online or spread questionable rumors about them within social circles. They stalk the target's social media activity or surveil them to report back to the narcissist. The painful realization that people you once trusted are enabling harassment against you can be utterly disorienting. It damages your ability to invest in relationships. Be cautious when trusting others until they consistently prove their loyalty. Rebuilding your reputation. Reconstructing your reputation after it was destroyed through a narcissistic smear campaign takes time, consistency, and strategic restraint. Here are some tips if trying to rebuild your reputation. Remain dignified and avoid lashing out defensively. Do not retaliate or stoop to the narcissist's level. Stick to sharing the facts. Do not engage in mudslinging or bashing the narcissist's character, despite any urges to expose them. Be transparent about the motivations behind the smear campaign if appropriate, but don't dwell on the situation when conversing. Solicit testimonials from trusted friends, colleagues, and mentors vouching for your integrity. Their positive words carry more weight. Spotlight accomplishments and talents unrelated to the drama around the smear campaign. Redirect attention to your skills and strengths. Apologize gracefully if any minor errors on your part gave the narcissist material to distort. Acknowledge where you could improve. Limit time ruminating on anger, hurt, or injustice. Channel that energy into productive life goals instead. Don't allow the narcissist to stall your growth. Seek character references from authority figures like teachers, coaches, bosses who've known you for years in a positive light. Correct any objectively false statements circulating about you in a brief, professional manner on public platforms like social media. Do not drag things out with debates. Give it time. With consistency, emotional regulation, and focusing on your lane, your true friends and community will eventually see your credibility. The narcissist's attempts to destroy you will ultimately fail if you stay grounded in your truth. Their smearing is a temporary game. Your light was made to shine bright. How to inoculate against the narcissist's smears. When your reputation is under attack, it's normal to want to respond and defend yourself. But reacting often fuels the narcissist's sick agenda. Use these tips instead to protect against the effects of smear campaigns. Document everything. Save texts, emails, voicemails, social media posts as evidence in case legal action becomes necessary. Recognize smears as fear-based attempts to regain control, not reflections of reality. Avoid self-blame. Let go of needing validation or vindication from the narcissist regarding the truth. Stay grounded in your integrity. Limit contact about the situation to only those who've shown loyalty and discernment. Avoid people inclined to feed drama. Speak your truth objectively to establish facts, but resist getting defensive or emotional. Don't bash the narcissist. Refrain from reacting publicly if targeted online. Any engagement provides narcissistic supply. Focus inward on self-healing versus trying to convince others of your innocence. Your energy is better spent on personal growth. Evaluate if certain unhealthy relationships are worth preserving. Consider proactively cutting ties with toxic enablers. The narcissist's supporters are complicit in the abuse, even if unwittingly. Avoid contact when possible and invest in relationships that bring reciprocity, not betrayal. How to recover from a narcissistic smear campaign. The trauma inflicted by narcissistic smear campaigns can linger even after exposing the truth. Here are proactive ways to process the grief and begin healing. Seek counseling and support groups to gain validation and feel less isolated. Recovery is a process. Channel your emotions into creative outlets like art, music, journaling to externalize stress and pain. Avoid self-criticism or blame. Recognize you were exploited by a highly manipulative person devoid of empathy. Be gentle with yourself and provide comfort through massage, quality time with loved ones, nourishing foods, etc. Limit social media use if it exacerbates feelings of being persecuted, misjudged, or alone. Protect your peace. Refrain from substance abuse, overeating, or other unhealthy coping mechanisms that compound self-destructive thoughts. Release anger and resentment through exercise and mindfulness techniques. Don't let the narcissist continue poisoning your spirit. Focus on productivity and self-care practices that boost confidence, independence, and inner strength. The narcissist smear campaign is traumatic but designed to rob you of joy, fulfillment, and community. Don't forfeit your well-being. You deserve to thrive, not just survive. With time, the clouds will lift. Stay strong. Narcissists weaponize smear campaigns as retaliation when they don't get what they want. Their goal is making you appear unstable, while portraying themselves as innocent victims. Their fabricated stories can devastate your reputation and relationships overnight. But recognizing their ploys, limiting contact with enablers, and dedicating time to heal will help you prevail. Stick close to people who truly know your character. Don't let the narcissist's obsession with control keep you from living with authenticity, purpose, and peace. The journey to rebuild confidence and trust often feels lonely, but you are never alone in this experience. You will come out wiser and stronger. And one day these wounds will serve as battle scars, reminding you of the profound courage, empathy, and integrity within yourself that no smear campaign could ever destroy. I believe in you.